So can you tell us a bit more about the recruitment process and how to prepare for that? Uh, of course, McKinsey business cases are very famous for being quite hard. And how much time do you need to prepare? And what are the best tips you have to prepare for an interview at a large consulting firm like McKinsey?
Sure. Important question. I think also of great interest to your audience. So my first advice is, Giacomo, there's two approaches to trying to join a firm such as McKinsey. One actually is you just take a lucky shot, right? So at the end of your university career, you say, okay, look, there's this cool firm. Why don't I give it a try? I mean, I saw them at some recruiting event and maybe I get in or not. And the odds to manage it this way are low. There are some people who are so cool that just get in and that's actually very efficient. That's fine. The second approach is that I think that most McKinsey applicants take the long road. That means they try to strategize long time ahead on how to get into say prestigious consulting firm. And there's a couple of things you can do actually, or you should do long before you prepare for case study interviews. Because the first hurdle is to get invited for an interview. And to do that, you need to tick a couple of boxes. So what I teach in my videos and so on, there's two things that consulting firms watch out for, right? And one is what I call the pre-selection criteria, and one is the features that make you unique as a person. Pre-selection is basically you show you have good grades, you have been at top schools. I mean, you have been selected for scholarships, have won competition, just showing that you're competitive and that you are best in whatever you do. That is really what these companies look out for. But then the problem is they get slammed with thousands of applications. I think McKinsey accepts 1% of all its applicants. And so if you want to have a chance to at least be heard, you also need to be unique. You need to do something that makes you stand out. And so if you are just the typical streamlined business school student, you may get hit in the math. And to be honest, I was a student of economics, which also is a math subject. So I also think I had to fight hard to say, hey, this is me. But for instance, something like what you do, Giacomo, like this your Hustle Hub channel, I think that's you show you have drive, it's entrepreneurship, you know. And I think, I guess if you ever want to apply for such a job, I think this asset you're building will be great on your CV for sure.
Okay. Are there any other extracurricular activities that you think will stand out in a recruitment process, like a consulting recruitment process like McKinsey's?
Yeah, so I think, recruiters love people who show human business experience. So say, if you start a startup as a student, that's amazing because you show that you're interested in business and so on. But it can also be something like interesting traveling experience, like say cycling alone through South America because you show you have courage, you are brave. Or I remember like we had a rather famous singer as a colleague once, so she's a singer. It can be also a hobby in which you perform in an excellent way. Like, I mean, something where you are creative and excellent and maybe a bit out of the usual, right? And because remember, consulting firms want to be able to tell a story about you also when they pitch you to their clients. And so one thing is interesting personality. And of course, the second thing, if you manage to become an expert in a certain field already as a student, right? So let's say, of course, digital services are big now these days. So if you do anything in the digital sphere, maybe also stack up a couple of internships already. So if you already have started to build a profile, like, a professional profile, be an expert before you join, but it's also something that can help you stand out.